Hello, crafty friends. This is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Let's do some fun things here. I have got some cardboard and I'm going to deply it. And what I'm looking for is that, that corrugated part that's going to go on the outside of this little pumpkin I'm going to make. And so I'm just showing how I'm rolling it, and you can make it as thick as you want, of course. I ended up putting 3 of these strips along this one pumpkin because I wanted it that big. And it's easy. You can make it as, tall and wide as you want. Now, I did the rolling of it pretty tight, and so in hindsight, I should have not done the middle so tight because I did need to put a stick in there for the stem. And so go from my mistake, and if you do this, give yourself a little room for a stick of some kind or a dowel or whatever. And so I believe this was the second roll, and I did go with a third one, and then I felt it was big enough. And then I did 2 more. I did a medium and then a small, and thought, well, we're good to go. And now I need to get some paint out. So I just used some of the Waverly pumpkin on the largest one, and I wanted it, kind of grungy looking, so I didn't do it very solid looking, and did a little bit on the top. And then this Waverly Pool color, the very beautiful blue, I did that on the medium one. And then I just did some white color on the smallest one. I love how these turned out. It just popped into my brain doing these on how to make these cute little, I just wanted something with some texture to it. And so that came to my mind and I went with it, and I do like how they turned out. Now I am just going to do some dry brushing of the antique wax and, make it a little more grungy yet. And you can just put that on your brush and wipe it on as much as you want. Now, this is another fun craft because, hey, it's for free. If you've got some cardboard sitting around, it's a great way to use it. And then here is where I'm popping in my little stems. One of them was actually a tree branch, and then the other 2 were just little pieces of dowel. And then I just stained them and called it good. But before I completely say I called it good, I should say I did put some bows on them. Some of the ribbons and stuff are so cute, and I know this one was in Hobby Lobby, and I absolutely love this orange gingham. And then I cannot remember, maybe it was Michael's, and I got some other ginghams. I guess I'm a little crazy about gingham. Love, love, love. And then look at this pretty jute string. It's orange, and so I had to get one of those too. What a nice little trio of pumpkins. And on we go to the next DIY number 2 coming right up. All right, here we go. Pizza pan. Super easy. These are only $1 at Dollar Tree. Now I took a sanded this to kind of rough it up so the paint would stick really good. And I did clean off before and after I sanded it up with some of this alcohol. The alcohol, it was like a 50%. And then I went over it with the white paint, and I did end up doing 3 paint coats. Now look at everything's dry. and it's like it came through. And so I actually liked how it looked. But a person could probably put the first layer, you could do it with some kind of a Kills sealer or something like that. But I actually like how it turned out, so I just left it. Because really, if it's something that's going to leak through like that, you're going to have to use a sealer. It's just not going to work otherwise. And then just put a couple of pumpkins on there with my pencil, and then just adding in, your orange color, and I'm trying to make it so it's a little more detailed and three-dimensional, and just add a little, I had some antique wax. I also put in a little white, and that gives you your highlights and, your shadows. The one thing I considered doing on these pumpkins too is I was thinking I might do a little gray shadow. It'd kind of be a little hue of color around, just the shape of it. And what I did instead of that is I actually put on, I took the paintbrush and I watered down some brown paint, and then I flicked it on there to give it some cute little spots. I didn't show that on the video, but that's what I did. And then just taking one of those makeup brushes and just pulling in some color on that happy fall, just so it pops out a little nicer. And then put some white glue on the back and allow it to dry. And this little cutie is not finished yet. It needs some kind of a bow, and yeah, I decided to go with a messy bow. The thing is with these, it's just really nice because you're not using tons and tons of ribbon. And if you have a little scrap, you can use it. It's just so nice to use up your scraps. And I just love the variety. I've taken the colors that were in the painting itself and put them into the ribbons. That way everything kind of goes together, and it just looks so nice. Now I'm using the hot glue, which is the short term, and then the Alliance, which is the long term glue, and going to put on that cute little messy bow. And this got off a little bit of the screen, sorry about that, but I'm just taking some more of that orange jute string, and I just want to make a nice little it's just going to go right in the middle there. It seemed like it was a bald spot. But here is how it turned out. I love it when people do pizza pan crafts because it's so cheap, and it's just such a nice little surface. It's nice, round, perfect, cheap, and you can just do so much and just go with it. Use your creativity. I love how it turned out. On to the last one, DIY number 3. Now this one is one of those small little pallets that you can get at Dollar Tree, and I just wanted to kind of do something with it. You see those little signs where they got a little of this and a little of that, and this is what I ended up doing. One of them is going to get this cute little gingham paper on it. I just applied that down with the Alliance glue. And then the other slats on this are going to be painted, and just went with the colors that I already had out, which was the pumpkin. And then that bottom one, I debated what to put it as, but I ended up doing just a natural with this antique wax. And then I got out my Arteza pens after I put these down, it looks like. So Hobby Lobby had these little cuties, and I did pick these up, I don't know, a month or so ago, and I'm just getting them out to use them. And they have like a little dot, like a pop dot on the back. It isn't real secure, so I ended up pulling it off and then just gluing it down. Now I'm just handwriting out a little verse here, And notice that on autumn days are here again. The days just did not show up. And so I ended up doing something different. And so I'm just going to put the days on there and pop that up. And it looked just fine because I'm using, the white kind of goes with the white of the checkered or the buffalo check. And last but not least, I'm just going to buff it up with a cute little makeup brush and pull in some brown. Autumn days are here again. Just a nice little sign that you can decorate with. And very little money that went into this, just $1 and just, some supplies. Just fun to do. Well, here we go. One last look at all the pretty items. Which one's your favorite? It's hard for me to decide. I guess if I had to decide, I'd say my little pumpkins that are made with the corrugated cardboard. But they all are really cute. Thanks, friends, for coming by. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.